Listen, most people will suffer through this recession. And I'm going to show you how you can turn this recession into an advantage for you in the next 60 days. It is no secret that US is officially in a recession. The basic definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of lack of growth. And if you look at the numbers, you're probably hearing on the news and on social media and all over the place that the recession has finally happened. We had actually 3 quarters back to back where the growth has slowed down. I'm not going to get into details of what a recession is and all the negative stuff that is associated with that. As someone who's built multiple companies through the last recession, I want to bring you the different perspective of what recession does to people who are ready to turn that into an advantage. Recession sucks. Businesses slow down, the house prices drop, economic growth slows down, unemployment rate goes up, and the spending power of people goes down. But most importantly, there's massive fear across the planet. Like, people are afraid that things are bad and they're not going to be back to normal. That's just not how it works. Recessions are part of the cycles of the economies of the world. Since the US has the biggest economy, when US goes into recession, that means the rest of the world is impacted by that. But it's a part of the life cycle of what we go through. So in your lifetime, depending on your age, you're going to go through a recession every 10 to 15 years. For US, it was overdue because we haven't had a true recession since the 2008 recession. It was expected, but it got interrupted by COVID, and the government provided a lot of help. So there's going to be a point that the economy is going to be back to normal. We've been through a period of massive growth for the 10, 12 years. If you had not been doing amazing through that period, you're not going to do better through the recession unless you prepare and you understand certain fundamentals. The first time I came to the United States, the economy was doing amazing. It was like 2002, 2003. And that would make you think that as a family, we would be doing well too. And that was really not the case. My father owned a small business. It was a failing small business. He had to file for bankruptcy and his business failed. At that time, I didn't really understand the cycles of the recession and all that stuff. All I knew was that we didn't have money. And my father just lost his business, so he didn't have any way of bringing income. And I was going to high school. We didn't really speak English that well. So all of us had to go get jobs. It was a period of massive discomfort, right? And we went through that period for 5, 6 years until I graduated out of college, and I was scrambling to find something to do. The housing bubble burst, and that caused a massive recession throughout planet Earth, pretty much. I've seen many people lose their homes through variable interest rates. They lost their jobs. The economy was not really doing well. It was a period of a lot of pain, but that pain started for me back in like 2001, 2002 area, because it didn't really make a difference whether there was a recession or not. We were not doing well either way. So I see that many people are in that position. They're watching the news. They have additional fear that things are going to get worse, but things were not really great to start out with. That's why I feel for you, and I want to be able to help you guys build a plan out of this, because recessions will come and go. What matters is how prepared you are and how invested you are into your own financial growth. And I'm going to walk you through a few of the industries that you need to be a part of during the recession so you can be a part of the takeoff recovery efforts. If you watch the news, it's going to be packed with negativity and sad and sob stories. I want you to cut that out. Just focus on yourself and your family and what you can do for yourself. There are a couple of things that you can do during recession. You have to invest your time into recession-proof industries. One of the things that you can do right now is start studying lead generation. That's one of the best businesses, the timeless recession-proof industry, because no matter what is happening out there, companies always need more customers, more people who are interested in the products and services that they offer. So if you are someone who knows how to generate demand for other businesses, you are a valuable asset to those companies. That was one of the things that was a pivotal moment in my life when I had the corporate job. My boss wanted me to call and telemarket to generate leads. I was calling 300 people a day, and I noticed that that method, that strategy had a lot of shortcomings. So what I thought about doing is, what if I learn email marketing, because I can find the email addresses of these actual businesses in New York City that are operational. What if I do a mass email to them and generate appointments? So instead of blindly dialing people and hoping that I can get the business owner on the phone, what if I can be a little more strategic? So I did that. I gathered a list of about 600 emails. I put together a nice email. I didn't even know how to write a marketing email. So I typed in Google marketing email templates, found a lot of websites with free templates. I took one or two of them and modified it to the specific product that I was offering at that point. I did an email email blast. And I didn't even know that I could use a specific software that would do the blast for me. I did it totally wrong, right? If you talk to any email marketing people, they would hardly criticize me for doing it that way. What ended up happening is out of all these people that I emailed, 6 people booked in-person meetings with me. All of a sudden, that changed the game for me. Was the marketing campaign effective? Was it up to par? Was it up to the standards? I don't know. I didn't know. All I knew is that I had to do 3 days of telemarketing for me to book those 6 appointments. But while I spent 30 minutes on email marketing, the appointments were automatically booked. For me, that was like a true transformation because my other way of doing that was not efficient, and it was brutal to call that many people when they're not even interested in what it is that you're offering. Of course, I got heavily criticized by my boss and managers for doing something like that on the company email. But out of those 6 appointments, 2 of them turned into a sale, and it worked out great. I made a lot of commissions doing that. But one thing it proved me is the power of generating demand. It all started out of a necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention. I just needed more customers, and I had to figure out a faster way to get those customers. I knew that I needed more leads. I knew that I had the skill set to sell those leads if I had them in volume, and the easiest thing I could find online was email marketing. That's why number one way that you can generate massive amounts of income is getting yourself familiarized with the art of lead generation through online. And do not be afraid if you know nothing about it. Just the example that I just gave you shows that I didn't know anything about it. I never done any lead generation. I don't really grow up with my own computer because, at the time computers were a new thing and we were too broke to buy a computer. So it was all just going to the library and searching it and using the company, computer to send emails and all that, right? You can just replicate a similar process, decide on learning marketing skills. The second thing people need is graphic design, right? People need business cards design. People need flyers design. People need art design for different purposes. Whether there is recession or not, that demand will not subdue. There are a lot of places like Fiverr.com that you can actually create a profile with the skill sets that you have already and generate income and provide your services to other people. You don't know anything about design and editing? That's okay. There are free softwares out there that you can learn. Again, it comes down to the most important asset that you must have, which is ambition. If you're not happy with where you are, you need to make some drastic changes. Whether you have some skills already or not, just go to Fiverr.com and see what other people are offering. I can guarantee you that you can find things that you can say to yourself, you know what? I think I can do that too. The third thing that I'll talk about is starting an actual recession-proof business. I've done all the things that I told you up to this point, and I ended up starting a recession-proof business. I'm in the alternative lending industry. The importance of a recession-proof business is actually grows faster during a recession. Why that is so is the alternative lending industry is actually created during the 2008 recession. There are more than 34 million small businesses in the United States, and thousands of them are being founded every single day. And these companies need funding. It is difficult for them to get funding through the banks, through traditional banks as is. And during recession, that funding criteria will change. It's going to be even more difficult. That's when they need more capital than normal times because people will be spending less. So these people will need more capital to survive, to grow, to buy inventory in bulk, to spend money on marketing, hire lead generators, to hire managers, to buy their competition out, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities for businesses to buy other businesses during recession. So they need a lot of capital. Pre-recession, the approval rates on small business loan applications are as low as 20-25%. During a recession, they drop down to 10 to 15%. That means more than 85% of the small businesses will not get the amount that they need. Demand is still there. They need the capital. That created a massive opportunity, which created the industry of alternative lending. So alternative lenders lend money to small businesses, whether they have a good credit, bad credit, or no credit, whether they're a startup, and the approval rates go as high as 80 to 90%. So as a business-minded person that you are, now you see the opportunity. We're going into a recession. The demand for funding will go up. Position yourself to be an alternative business loan broker in this industry. And it's exactly what I've done during that last recession that catapulted our company and made us an Inc. 5000 company, and we generated $10 to $15 million over that period. This is an underserved industry. There are not enough business loan brokers. This is not like other types of businesses such as real estate or Amazon business or a crypto business that almost everyone tried at some point in their lives. Many people do not even know about the existence of this industry. So for that reason, the third and the best option in my mind done, and of course you might say that I'm biased, is becoming a business loan broker. This industry has thrived during the pandemic that we just came out of, right? You would think it would do the opposite. So that's why I highly suggest that if you want to prepare to get yourself out of this recession with a lot more money, definitely check out becoming a business loan broker. I do have a full training here as the Business Lending Blueprint. You can do it on your own, but we have the experience, we have access to the lenders, we provide your entire marketing so you can have a business in a box. So definitely check that free training out. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care now.